This is Next Steps for Seniors with your host, Wendy Jones. Each week, Wendy brings resources and information to help guide you through those next steps with elderly parents and loved ones. You can follow, subscribe, and share on your favorite podcast platform. If you have questions or topic suggestions for Wendy, you can call us at 248-651-5010 or email at hello@nextstepsforseniors.com.
Hello and welcome to Next Steps for Seniors, Conversations on Aging. I'm your host, Wendy Jones, and each and every week we really bring topics, information to help you as you age. And yes, we all age. There's no magic pill we can take. So the program's really designed to give you information, to educate you so that instead of having something tragic and a crisis happen, we can actually avoid that. Now, in a perfect world, right? Because things happen. So our topic today is home safety checklist. And I am very blessed to have Jerry in my studio from CAPS Remodeling. How are you?
Hey, good morning. Great to be here, Wendy.
I'm so glad you're here. Very blessed. I've known Jerry for years, and CAPS Remodeling is basically home modifications, ramps, lifts, grab bars. What am I missing?
Anything that allows access to homes or home improvement where you can stay in your home longer.
The goal is to stay there as long as you can, right? And you help people do that safely.
That's what we do.
And it's fantastic.
Yeah.
I have referred so much business to Jerry because most people want to stay home. Let's just be real. But you've run into like tri-levels and upstairs, downstairs, and people are like, I can't go downstairs anymore.
Yeah. Well, people love their homes. I mean, that's the one thing that's constant across everything is they want to stay in their homes as long as possible. They have their family, their history, their neighbors, their favorite restaurants. So their preference is to stay in their home as long as possible. And what we do is try to assess the home, assess their situation, and come up with the best solutions to allow them to stay in their home as long as possible.
Right. And you do a great job at that. Let me
Thank
just
you.
add. So some of the things I wanted to share on this program today was just helping the people who are at home right now understand what they could be looking for. One of the biggest things I think is stairs, right?
Correct.
If you have stairs in your house, what are some of the things that you can kind of educate our listeners on right now on when it comes to steps and stairs?
Yeah, some of the things that are actually, they're like verbal cues that we hear, like the stairs are becoming challenging, getting up and down stairs. So a lot of times you can even like do your own self-check to say if it is becoming complicated to use the upper part of your home or even downstairs a lot of times too, if your laundry rooms are in the lower levels. It's just stairs in general make it complicated. And I think there's a fear after a certain point of knowing that stairs aren't getting any easier to get up and down. So it's almost having like a reality check with yourself or, being truthful with yourself. Nobody knows you better than you. So the best thing to do is be real about it. And when it's time to talk to people like ourselves, we'll come in and do home assessments and try to figure out the best solutions for our stairs. The most common is a stair chair. It's a real simple. It's a device that allows you to go up and down the stairs. It's automated. You can use a remote control, and you can use it very simply every day. A lot of times it's actually used for carrying things up and down, not even just yourself, but your laundry basket.
Objects, yeah.
Objects, yeah. So it's used for a lot of things, but the whole thing is to eliminate the chances of falling downstairs, which is one of the most common areas of the home where accidents do take place on stairways and steps.
Well, and my mother-in-law, just a quick story, had one of these, and she would get herself in, put her little belt on, go down the steps, get off, and she loved it for years. So this is an option. If you want to stay home, why not invest in the proper support to do so properly?
Sure. One of the things we hear is the same thing where people say, I can't believe I took as long as I did to make a decision to do this. And the real goal is it allows you to stay in that home that you love, because a lot of people think I have to move into a ranch or a different home, and moving's a lot of work, and not most people don't want to do that. So for a small investment, and you can get an additional 7 to 10 years of living in your home, or as long as you want.
It's worth it.
It is, and it isn't just you. It could be a loved one in your household or yourself or both that end up using these devices. But the main thing is it allows you to stay in this home that you love. Do
you know if the stair lift is covered under veterans benefits?
There are some benefits. The vets, VA we work with, our company does work with the VA, so there are benefits out there through the VA. Obviously, you have to be a veteran and you have to go through the VA process and the steps to get approved. But yes, you can go through the VA and get some kind of funding or grants. Either the funding's through the VA or they will know who to refer you to in order to get funding or at least partial funding for it to maybe take a little of the cost away from your out-of-pocket.
Right. And honestly, we spend so much money on other things. This is something that if you really want to stay home, you want to spend the money on it.
Sure. Well, the other thing I always bring up to people, too, it's a lot less expensive to get these devices in your home than it is when you move. Because when you move, you have, moving costs to move your house, to move your furniture.
Oh.
And then you have the points and all the things that come along. If you start adding all those things up for a move, these devices start making a lot of financial sense to do.
What's the range? Can you just give us an idea?
Yeah, for us, our standard straight stairway lifts for stair chairs are about $4,200 to $4,400, and that includes the device as well as the installation costs. Curved stair chairs, obviously, that's a little bit more because you have to do a laser measurement and make sure that we custom fit it properly. So that'll run sometimes anywhere between 11 and 12. But
still money well spent. I mean, you're going to spend between a moving company and all the estate sale and blah, blah, blah that you got to do to move. You're going to be way better off.
The other thing, too, is all those emotional ties you have, the history with your house and all that. There's a lot of memories in that house, too, how do you put a price tag on that, too?
Right. Totally agree. So some of the other quick things that you can just give people advice on with stairs, I know obviously keeping objects off of them. Our stairs are packed with stuff that needs to go up.
Right. It's pretty common. A lot of people have, things on the steps. We always say, don't leave extra shoes or slippers laying on stuff. I mean, any objects on the steps should be removed and put on the ground level or the upper level. Making sure your carpets and rugs, if you have a runner on your stairways, are fixed. No lips turning up on the carpets or the rugs. Really the big thing is just making sure you have proper railings too. Some people actually add a second railing on both sides. That's pretty common. I mean, we do that. That's like another option, a step before you would get like a stair chair, is just making sure you have, something to hold on to, your left side or right side, and to make sure when you are going up and downstairs not to have things that have in your arms that have both arms tied up. Always have a free arm and make sure one is always resting on the railings going up or down.
Yes, so please don't carry your laundry basket up the stairs.
Very common injury.
Oh, my goodness. Or down the stairs. My goodness. And this is why we have two sides on either side. Okay, so moving into the kitchen.
Yeah.
All right, give us some ideas on the kitchen. Obviously, having things at the right height is key.
Yeah, I think one of the most common things is taking the things that you use most often and making them more accessible to you. So anything that you have to get on a step stool to reach.
No.
If you have it and you use it on a regular basis, make sure that it's on the ground level where you can go to and refer and grab it anytime you can. Now, if you have that blender that you use once a year for holidays or whatever, great. But make sure you have a proper stair step thing with arms on the side. Don't jump on any chair that's randomly in the kitchen. I actually caught my own mother doing this the other day. I walked in the house and she was on the kitchen chair.
You're like, this is what I do for a living.
And she knew I was coming over. And but at the same time, I do have to remind her that if you are at a certain point, you just shouldn't be on any kind of stair step anyway. Honestly,
it's not purposeful, it's not intentional, but you just don't think about it. And all we're asking is just to take a moment and go, is this safe right now? And most of the time it's not. If you even have to think about it, it's probably not safe. And I have a story of someone that went up to get their Christmas decorations and was out for a year. Back surgery, leg surgery, in and out of rehabs. It was a disaster just because of one decision to go up to the attic and get the Christmas decorations at 78 years old.
In my office, I listen to all the intake calls come in. I can't tell you how often that it's almost like 80% of the calls are after the fact, after an injury. We try to talk about the preventative side to avoid that because just as you said, the time spent in the hospital, the cost, the rehabilitation, it's not worth it. So for making some minor modifications to your home can avoid that lengthy stay and all those expensive at a hospital.
I want to add one more safety tip on the kitchen. Obviously, lowering things and avoiding, if we can use stools, or unsafe.
Right.
Yeah. Please make sure your fire extinguishers work and make sure you know how to use it. You are going to need it at some point in your life. And most people are like, oh, where did I put that? And how does this work? So just look at it. It's not that hard to do in advance. We're going to move into floors. I think there's a lot to do with picking things up off the floor. A lot of people trip on floors. We always say rugs are difficult. Give us your intake on that.
Well, one of the things we do at our home assessments is we check out how you use your home on a daily basis, whether your traffic flow areas in the house, and we observe what's there. If there are things like shoes or mats that are next to walkways, areas that are problematic, that are used a lot, should be clear all the time. Particularly like rugs, you may have a favorite rug or something like that. The lips on rugs turn up, and anytime we see a curl on a rug, that's a trip hazard waiting to happen. So just anything that would impede your walkways, whether it's intentional or not, a lot of times you just forget and you set things down. Just make sure they're not in the areas that you use the most and off to the side where you eliminate that risk of fall.
So what I love is that you go out to the home and do an assessment. So you can be looking for all of these things, give them a proper proposal. Can you share your number, Jerry, with people the best way to reach you? The
best way to reach us is through our phone number. Our main line is 248-246-1669, and our people will answer your call and probably answer 80% of your questions on the call.
Thanks for tuning in to Next Steps for Seniors, Conversations on Aging. You can like us on Facebook at Next Steps 4 Seniors. Hi, I'm Wendy Jones, host of Next Steps for Seniors, Conversations on Aging podcast. Did you know that over 25 million Americans experience bladder leaks? Incontinence can happen to anyone at any time, and when it does, incontinence products are a necessity. But it can cost hundreds of dollars per month to purchase these products, which is why we're partnering with Airflow Urology to help you. Airflow Urology provides medical-grade incontinence care essentials like adult briefs, male guards, catheters, and more for free through your insurance. With Airflow, your favorite bladder control supplies are sent right to your doorstep with discreet monthly deliveries. Customers have reported close to $200 a month in savings with Airflow Urology, and over 2 million people have trusted Airflow. You can verify your insurance benefits by going on and filling out a quick 2-minute form. Check your eligibility. Visit airflowurology.com. That's AEROFLOW urology.com.
Caring for someone with dementia is one of the toughest journeys, but you don't have to do it alone. I'm Allison Schreier, and my experience caring for my husband inspired me to create Zinnia, a therapeutic streaming service designed to support people living with dementia and reduce caregiver stress. Zinnia offers research-backed videos intentionally created for people with dementia, engaging, calming, and easy to follow. Whether you need to ease agitation, create moments of joy, or make daily routines smoother, Zinnia is here to help. Family and professional caregivers use our content to turn challenges into opportunities for connection. Accessible by subscription on mobile devices and connected TVs, Zinnia is simple to use whenever you need it. Because when caregiving feels easier, life feels better. Go to zinniatv.com and sign up for a free trial today. Use the code RESOURCE for 15% off an annual Zinnia subscription.
Welcome back to Next Steps for Seniors, Conversations on Aging. We are here today with Jerry Acciaioli. I said it wrong.
Acciaioli.
Acciaioli. It's not that hard. And so blessed. He's from CAPS Remodeling. And I'll tell you what, there is something about staying home, but there's more importantly something about staying home safely. And having the confidence in your mind and in your family's minds that they can sleep at night because they know you have all the proper things. You've got the grab bars, you've got the step safe, you've got everything lined up, what you need to support you. And if you don't, then you're going to struggle in your house. And if you're frustrated with certain things, just call Jerry. I mean, this is what you do. And it makes life so much easier. So we're going to move into safety issues. The topic of the program is home safety checklist. We've already been through steps We've already been through kitchen, floors. We're moving into bedrooms and we're moving into bathrooms because there's a lot of things that happen, especially falls, in the bathroom.
That's correct. 85% of accidents take place in the bathroom, just with slippery tiles and tubs. It's the most probable place where an injury is going to occur. And by the way, that happens with not just people with compromised leg conditions or the elderly. It's just in general. I mean, it's just kind of a dangerous area to navigate. But it's an area of the home that is used every day, multiple times a day. So the probability of something happening between the slippery floors and just being in that part of the house more often than probably anywhere else in the home, it increases the chances of something going wrong. So we talk about when we do our home assessments, the bathroom is a high risk area that we spend a lot of time and a lot of discussion on. Simple things like getting in and out of a bathtub can become a little bit more complex as you get older. So we do a lot of tub to shower conversions. We'll take a conventional tub out, which has about a 24 to 22 inch lip on it. Sometimes going on one leg and lifting the leg over gets a little bit difficult. So there's a couple things you can do. You can get grab bars. If you want to keep that tub, at least you have something stable to grab onto. Or we can remove the tub out and put a roll-in or walk-in shower. I know a lot of people like their baths, so that's one of the questions we talk about. Are you a shower person or a bath person? So those are all discussions that we have. We do free consultations when we go into the home. These are things that we do, and basically a lot of the discussion is based on how you use your home, and then we figure out the best solution for you given your condition. And a lot of times we just determine, how long do you want to be in the home, and then we'll come up with a solution that will extend the life of your home and you being able to stay in that home as long as possible.
I got to tell a quick story. So I went to visit a gentleman at his home, and he had the same clothes on the 3 times I visited him. And when I asked him, how he's feeling about his bathing and his, dressing, and he said, well, let me show you my bathroom. First thing he said. We walk into the bathroom, and there's a very nice tub, no grab bars, no nothing. And he said to me, I'm scared. I'm scared that I'm going to fall getting in and out of the bathtub. Yeah. And stepping over the tub to take a shower is also difficult for me. He's like, so I don't do it.
Yeah.
And I felt my heart just sank because I don't know if everyone's like, I can't believe he doesn't shower. It's like he doesn't shower because he's scared to shower. Yeah. Like, let's get to the root cause of the problem and do something about it. So something like that, if you're feeling that way, anyone listening to this program, I want you to know the answer is we have grab bars. We have CAPS Remodeling that can come in, look at the situation. There's so many options. Yeah,
grab bars are like the number. I always say grab bars, because those are the things that you can confidently grab onto. And I'll tell a story now. Like, we were in a couple of homes not that long ago, and we saw the curtain rods literally pulled out of the ceiling because somebody had to break a fall. They grabbed onto the curtain and literally pulled the curtain rod right out of the walls. Same thing, even the rolling shower doors. They didn't have anything properly that could hold your weight, that it was weight bearing, that they could grab onto. So what did they do? They grab on what they can grab onto. They grabbed the rolling door, and the door came off the slider and fell. It broke the fall a little bit, but it still was a pretty scary episode that happened. So it's really simple. The grab bars, you put a couple on the entryways and exits of your shower, along the back walls. A lot of times people like them near the toilet area too, because it helps you to get up and off the toilet. So a lot of this is about compromised leg strength, and as Wendy mentioned, about the confidence level that you have. Nobody knows you better than you. So if you start to have that fear of getting in and out of tub, and these are like daily things that you do multiple times a day, there's some simple device and modifications that
makes your life easier.
It does make your life easier. So it's just accepting the idea that we're going to try to do something that's going to make it easier to do my daily routine.
And think of it this way. When you get in your shower, where do you put your hand? Right? On the wall, where is it that your hand touches? Wherever your hand touches, there should be a grab bar.
Correct.
Because you can actually hold something while you're stepping in and out of the shower, which I think is way safer. So, yes, this is why Jerry's here.
Another thing in the shower bath area is bench seats. We have the fold-down bench seats. If somebody feels like they're standing too long or they don't feel comfortable standing in the shower for extended periods of time, We can put a flip down bench seat. It allows you to sit down if you're, have to do, shaving your legs or whatever it is. It's a lot easier to do those things when you have the proper devices in there. And again, you may not do this every day of the week, but when you do want to do it, you have the right device, and the confidence level goes way up when you have them.
And what do you think about shower heads up and down, right? Don't you think it's easier to have those versus a high level?
It's really common. Handheld showers are very common. So, for instance, if you are sitting down, you can lower and raise it to the level that you want. You can hold it while you're doing your cleaning or whatever you're doing. A lot of people like to do it, for hair. It's a lot easier. Instead of leaning into the shower, you would actually do a handheld, and you can, basically at your leisure, do the type of washing that you want to do. So yeah, a lot of times we'll put in the handhelds, and there are dual ones too, where you can have the traditional spout. So say you have somebody who doesn't like the handheld, there's the ones that could go both ways.
Right. Well, I appreciate all this knowledge because bathroom's number one place for falls, and also the middle of the night. So let's talk about the bedroom and getting to the bathroom.
Yeah. One of the most common things is just placement of simple things like lamps near your bed. Instead of you're trying to eliminate the amount of walking that you do in the dark, basically. And if you have things that are within an arm reach, great. A tabletop with, where you can put your water or whatever it is right nearby. A lamp that you can reach without having to get up and go across the room to turn a light switch on. Navigating hallways too. A lot of times as you get older, you have to make more runs to the bathroom at night. So it's really a good thing to have hallway lights that are either automated or that light up when the lights go down. That way you can see where you're walking. And everybody does this. When you're tired, you get a little bit groggy and you're walking around. It's important that you have proper lighting, at least to navigate your way from your bedroom to your bathroom in the middle of the night.
Absolutely. So let's talk about if overall, and we've got 3 minutes left in the program, our goal is to put support around you. We want you to stay home, but we want you to stay home safely. Overall, looking at your house, what are the top things that you would say is a good takeaway from the program today?
Yeah, I would say it's all about solutions that make your life easier. We always talk about we provide barrier-free and durable medical equipment solutions. Solution is the key word. The solution is we're trying to fill a need and support you in a way that makes your daily life easier. And eliminates the risk of all the falls and typical injuries that occur in a household. So they're just good things in general to do, and a lot of times they're not expensive. They're relatively simple things to do. Again, we do home assessments, free consultations. If you call our office line number, our people there can usually answer 80 to 90% of your questions, and we'll send somebody out if you want to do a full walkthrough just to make sure we got everything covered. All
right, get your pen and paper ready again. We're going to have Jerry give his number. So their goal is to provide the best modification solution to meet your unique needs that will add accessibility and safety to stay in your home as long as possible.
Correct.
And these honestly, this home safety checklist we just went through with you today is really critical. And think of it this way. Any frustration you have in your house, there's probably a solution. You just haven't thought of it yet. And that's why you're tuning into Next Steps for Seniors, Conversations on Aging, because we talk about this. We want you to stay safe. Jerry, share your number one more time with our listeners.
Yeah, there's two ways of getting in touch with us. The traditional way is with our office line, which is 248-246-1669. Or you can go online at www.capsremodeling.com. And basically, there's a lot of information there. Research it, think about it, have conversations that you need to have in your household. And when you're ready, we're here to help.
And you're in Michigan, but there's other places they can Google, because this goes podcast as well, nationwide. So Google home remodifications. I mean, this is what people do.
Yeah, I think the best thing to do is home modifications, ADA compliancy, anything about remodeling your home for safety. All those things are good Google searches.
Unfortunately, Medicare does not cover this, so you're going to have to pay out of pocket, but it's worth it.
It is.
So take these tips, and if you know anyone struggling in their home, please subscribe, share on your local podcast platform so that they too can have this information. Thanks for tuning in to Next Steps for Seniors, Conversations on Aging. You can like us on Facebook at Next Steps 4 Seniors. Have a blessed day and be safe.
Caring for someone with dementia is one of the toughest journeys, but you don't have to do it alone. I'm Allison Schreier, and my experience caring for my husband inspired me to create Zinnia, a therapeutic streaming service designed to support people living with dementia and reduce caregiver stress. Zinnia offers research-backed videos intentionally created for people with dementia, engaging, calming, and easy to follow. Whether you need to ease agitation, create moments of joy, or make daily routines smoother, Zinnia is here to help. Family and professional caregivers use our content to turn challenges into opportunities for connection. Accessible by subscription on mobile devices and connected TVs, Zinnia is simple to use whenever you need it. Because when caregiving feels easier, life feels better. Go to zinniatv.com and sign up for a free trial today. Use the code RESOURCE for 15% off an annual Zinnia subscription.